My name is Daniel Cheren. I'm an attorney that's been practicing since 1989. What happened is she was out in a cafe, outdoor cafe. The gust of wind came, it blew the umbrella up. And if you think about it parenthetically, the umbrella is shaped much like an airplane wing. So the same Bernoulli principle of lift applies. So when wind blows across the surface of the umbrella, it creates a lift. That lift pulled the umbrella out of the umbrella stand and then slammed it into her temple. The predominant injury was to the brain, and that was not immediately visible. The problem with evaluating a traumatic brain injury is that it's all inside the brain and it always seems to be subjective. If I tell you I don't speak as well as I used to, how do you know that? If I tell you, gee, I have a headache right now, how do you know that? If I tell you I don't remember things as well as I used to, how do you know that? It's very difficult to convey these things to a jury. It's very easy to just minimize them as either you're lying or that's all subjective, or maybe it's all pre-existing. How do I emphasize to a jury that it was this blow to the head that caused this damage to the brain that resulted in the following intellectual, cognitive, and emotive deficits? And that really was what the animation was intended for. What we did was combine the animation with the diagnostic imagery, the MRI films, so that you could connect the findings on MRI with the actual damage on a microscopic level. We were scheduled for trial. The judge said, I'm going to hold a mandatory settlement conference on the first day before we pick a jury. And the judge was wonderful. He was valiant. He was very persuasive, put a lot of pressure on the defense, got them to a point where they made an offer, as the saying goes, we couldn't refuse. Oftentimes in personal injury cases, we are dealing with either facts that, how an accident takes place, how an injury took place, which are complicated. And an animation allows people to visualize.